area where I think we could use a little honesty is in the area of drug use. Now, immediately everyone's thinking, oh, meth, cocaine, drugs. Well, how many have been to a drugstore recently, right? The downtown drug emporium, wall-to-wall drugs. A mini Walmart of drugs. So, we are all drug users in this society. I know, everyone, I use medicines. Those are my medicines. Well, I have news. All drugs are medicines. That's what they are. They're medicines. Except that some medicines have been used in an unhealthy way, and therefore they become bad. But I believe any medicine can be used in an unhealthy way. We've all heard of cough syrup binges. So no drug is inherently bad. It's the intent in which it's used. Which makes me a little also concerned about what we've made good drugs and what we've made bad drugs. For instance, there's a certain plant that's gotten a really bad rap. A certain cannabinoid that's commonly referred to as marijuana. Now, I don't know about any of you, but I personally know someone. They didn't smoke it, but they knew someone. You met someone who smoked it? And his name was Bill. Bill Clinton. And although he may not have inhaled, the report was generally a pleasant experience. Relaxed his mind and body, enhanced his experience of senses, a general euphoria. Doesn't sound too bad to me. Well, it's a gateway drug. It leads to worse drugs. It's a gateway drug. Have you all heard the theory of the gateway drug? Yeah. Let me run through the gateway drug theory for you. You raise your children their whole lives. Drugs are bad. Stay off drugs. Users are losers. Very good. Then one day, they're a teenager and they go off to a party or a rock concert. And maybe they've had a couple beers. They've got some poor judgment. They try some of the marijuana. What happens? The teenager at the party, giggles all night with his friends, maybe at the end of the night, has the best sandwich of his life, followed by the best cheesecake of his life, followed by the best plate of french fries of his life, and probably 3 more of the best sandwiches in his life. The kid at the rock concert experiences the music as vibration, recognizes himself to be vibration perhaps, realizes, wow, the music is unifying all of us in one cosmic moment known as now. And then he goes home and has the best sandwich of his life, followed by the best premarital sex of his life. But in any case, he has a generally good time and is forced to reevaluate all he's been told about drugs. Drugs are bad? Wasn't so bad. Maybe all drugs are good. I'll try some other drugs. That's the gateway theory. Here's my solution. Call it what it is. It is a medicinal herb. It's a plant. It's like aloe. Then the kids come home from the rock concerts and the parties, and what? They're going bonkers for herbs, right? It's a gateway herb. And the kids are going nuts. They're popping pills of echinacea. Out of their lockers in school, they're selling some calendula salve, On weekends, heading out to the woods, do some drinking with some nettle tea. Kids are so healthy, they don't need that drug emporium, huh? Makes you wonder about why we got what rules we got. Who makes them? Which brings me to the next area of society that may need a little help in the honesty department. Perhaps there is no greater need for honesty than in our governing institutions. But I have to say, at this point, I think maybe they are being forthright with us. They're telling us everything. They're just telling us the exact opposite. They've gone so far from honesty, they're the complete polarity. So as long as we can understand the reverse speech of it all, we can get a plain picture of what's happening, right? Well, we'd like to relieve the middle class of the tax burden. Translation, we'd like to relieve the tax burden on the middle class. We will use military force to liberate Iraq. I think you're going to use military force to occupy Iraq. We're going to crack down on corporate crime. Let me guess. You're going to get down with some corporate crime. But I try not to harp too much on the government and the they and the them and the blame game and all that, because I feel like that's how it gives away our power to them. It gives out our creative power to create the reality that we're interested in seeing. Because I believe that the human spirit is amazing. I believe that we've created incredible technologies and the ingenuity to come together and overcome incredible challenges. I think that with some honesty, we could maybe start tackling the right problems, not the wrong problems. But I'll have to admit there is one technology I think is hindering us from being honest with who we are, being honest with who we are ourselves. And I know some people may not understand this right away because it is one of the most cherished of our modern conveniences. But I believe that the flushing toilet has seriously contributed to our demise. And let me explain why. Because it's putting us out of touch with our nature. We simply release our waste and flush and we're on our way. Where does it go? I don't know. It goes away. I don't care where it goes. Literally and metaphorically, we are not forced to deal with our own shit. So I invite everyone, when you have an opportunity, to go out to nature and do it in a more traditional manner. Get in touch with yourself. Get to know your holistic cycle of life. Come to terms with just how much crap you're bringing into the world every day. For I believe that through that process, we as a society might take a different approach on how we deal with our waste in general and deal with these other types of matters and being more attuned and responsible for all that we bring to the world. Either I'm talking truth or that's just a big pile of shit. Thank you very much.